Hey everyone, so we are back with the another episode of our Gargi Arya show. And you know what? Today we have someone really inspiring. I am interviewing her for the second time after the Insta live. So her name is Diya Asrani and she is India's leading personal branding coach. She has her own community, the Impact Creators Club, and I am also part of it. So thank you for the work you do and thank you for inspiring. Like I have been following you since a very long time now, and every single day whenever I open any of my social media, it's so inspiring to see you. And because of having a mentor like you, I get inspired to work more and more towards what I am inclined to. So thank you for
Thank
giving out
you.
your time.
Thank you so much for that, Gargi. It's really amazing because, when I see people get inspired by what I do, automatically it just motivates me to inspire them more. So thank you for those kind words, and I'm very excited to see how this unfolds. I mean, it's really amazing that you're doing this. Like this whole initiation of actually working with people closely and helping them understand different perspectives through your show. So more power to you, Gargi. So excited.
Awesome. So, like as always, my first question is always to know the story of where you started, how it all came, the journey, and what all were your challenges.
Yeah, I mean it's I can go on and on about it, but my journey started in 2011 as a trainer. I was only 22 when I actually started becoming a trainer, and I actually started training in the topic of image consulting. Wherein within a year after certification, I got a job at ICBI, which is Image Consulting Business Institute, and there I was one of the youngest teachers to train there, and I was training people double my age. So it was a very inspiring, at the same time overwhelming experience to start with, and that's how my whole training journey started. I got inspired to inspire other people, and as the years passed by, I did a lot of corporate trainings, I did a lot of coaching, I've done a lot of consultation. So over the years, I've also built my expertise in this whole topic of impact and influence and image management and personality development, and of course personal branding to an extent. So that got me to inspire more people, build my community. Fast forward to 2019, when I realized that I have to take everything online because I have to make this bigger and much more impactful. So that got me to get to this whole point of building a community. And one thing led to another, and one of the biggest, I had a lot of, at different parts I had different challenges or different fears that were holding me back. So one example was, of course, fear of failure, because fear of failure from to the going from offline to online is, it's something that can really hold you back. So it held me back for a while, but then I was able to overcome it by working really, doing a lot of inner work, getting a mentor, getting the support, the guidance, which got me to get it online. Another fear which I actually experienced, or rather challenge I actually, an obstacle I actually experienced, was in 2017 when I was asked to leave my job. And that was a very lucrative job for me because I thought that was something for me. But God, you know how the universe gives you all these signs and signals. So the universe just told me, look, Diya, you have to leave this, and you have a bigger mission to live for, and you need to find that. And of course, I was not really sure about my purpose and everything. I was still figuring things out back then. But then when the universe told me that, listen, it's time for you to leave the job, and they gave me the pink slip because I wasn't willing to leave it myself. So they had to do it. And that's how one thing led to another. And I started building this into a brand. And it's been a roller coaster ride. It's been like how they say, right? God has a plan for you, but at the same time, you think God has a straight road for you to take, a straight path, but there are so many obstacles. There are so many, you have to like take a deep dive into things. You have to walk on fire and get to where you are. So that's an ongoing journey. So that's what my overall experience is right now.
agree with you. It was really inspiring to know the challenges because, like I always have this quote in my mind that every master was once a disaster
Oh yeah, of
himself
course.
or herself. So, whenever I get to know about your story, about, other success Gyan mentors' story, and all the mentors I have, I just have this kind of belief that they were there too, so I am not alone. So,
Yes, nobody is alone. I mean, in this journey, nobody is alone. And as you said, that everybody was there too sometime, and it's called divine timing. So there is a time for everything. And sometimes even when we have reached a certain part in our entire journey, we still feel that we can do better. But the thing is, if we live in the present, that's what matters, because then you give your best in the present.
yes, agree. Awesome. So, like, my next question to you is, a lot of people, when they start, the first fear is always the fear of visibility
Huh.
coming on social media. So,
Yeah.
anything that you would like to suggest for them? Like, even when I started, for like one whole year or for few months, I never had the courage to come on social media, and then my friends, they started to quote me that you are a motivational speaker and you yourself don't have the courage to come. So any tips on that?
So I think one of the tips is very very simple. Would be that trust your gut, because I always ask this question even to my students, my clients. You have a choice. You follow your fear or you follow your gut. You follow your fear or you follow what you want to actually help people with. So if you want to help people, you have to amplify your voice. And to amplify your voice, you can't be sitting in your shell. So I just feel, and every time when I say this about their comfort zone also when it comes to visibility, because see, a lot of people still have this fear of videos. And today we live in a day and age wherein people want to interact through videos. They want to interact like how we are interacting on Zoom or on YouTube or on Instagram Live or whatever. But then the thing is, it just takes one time, one take to get your fear out of the window. That one take of saying that, okay, I did my first video or I did my first live, that itself is a big breakthrough. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's the fact that you are taking that step forward. That is what matters. That's one of the tips I would suggest for visibility, is that don't make it perfect. Just go ahead and do whatever to get your mission out there, to get your voice out there, because your voice is much more stronger than your fears, is what I feel. And another thing about visibility is, I said, don't fall for all the trends. Just stick to one platform and work with that platform and understand it and study it in and out, and just do your bit. You don't have to follow followers and subscribers and likes. You don't need all that to build a visibility. The followers and subscribers, those true fans, they will follow you if they really like your content. But if they genuinely don't feel, they don't connect, they will not follow you. But that's not the point. Point is that you concentrate on people who are actually following, who actually will connect with you, right? So that's another tip for visibility.
Super. A lot of people, they actually fall onto the subscribers and counts. That's why
Yeah.
they don't have the courage. So,
Yes.
rightly said that either you follow your fear or you follow your gut. Super. Thank you for enlightening us.
Awesome.
The next question that I have from you is that, a lot of people, a lot of coaches and trainers, when they start, they are always into building influence. Like, they do everything to get the community together, but they actually don't know how to nurture their audience so that it can actually work out in the longer run. So, like, any tips on how to nurture their audience rather than just building the audience?
Okay, so you mean nurture audience in terms of a community or nurture audience online on social media?
Like on social media and then on community.
Okay, so I would say both ways. See, one of the things that people are looking for is, do you care enough for them? Right? Because people are not worried about how big your community is and how many people are there in it. They are more particular about the fact that what did I invest myself in? Even if it's a social media profile and they follow you, okay? They're following you for the content that you have put up. They're not following you just for, okay, I saw somebody else following her, so I'm going to follow the same person. It doesn't work like that. So you follow when you resonate. Now, to create that whole thing of resonating with the coach or with the mentor or with the trainer, if you want people to resonate with you, you have to take that little effort to connect with them. Could be one-on-one, could be through a live, could be through weekly calls, could be through monthly calls. It's just how you want to connect and build that space where people will understand and they will say that, oh, this person is there for me. It doesn't have to be a one-on-one. It can be a group call. It can be a WhatsApp call. It can be not WhatsApp call. I'd say WhatsApp message, or maybe something like an accountability. Like in my community, personally, what I do every week is on Mondays, without fail, I share a message on share your goals for the week or share your intention for the week, right? And on a Friday, to wrap up the week, I hold them accountable by asking them to share a success story or a social media post or whatever. The idea is not to see, a lot of people follow it, some people don't follow it. That's okay. But the point is that you are showing up for them as a coach or a mentor or a trainer. You are showing up for them and you are doing your bit of giving back to them by holding them accountable. How you hold them. Now, there are people in communities who are doing like every day, every morning they meet from 7 to 7:30 without fail. They do a morning routine. Then there are people who meet without fail in the evening. There are people who meet weekly every Wednesdays. So it's just each to his own. But as a coach, I would say, what would you do? How would you hold that connection with a person, right? And creating that holistic, what do you say, that energy, that frequency wherein that person lives. I mean, that person comes to your energy or to your energy level, your frequency, and then that matches, and then they are your lifelong fans.
Awesome, because I feel that one of the qualities of a best or an extraordinary coach is to be able to handle their community well, both
Yes.
on the free one also and your paid one also. So, thank
Yes.
you so much for all the pointers. The next question is, a lot of people, they also have this limiting belief that if everyone is doing it, what's so unique that I should also go ahead? Let's say if I am a life coach, then there are so many life coaches, then what's unique in me that people will listen to me? So
Lovely question. A lovely question. Because this used to trouble me a lot when I started out. Okay, too, like especially when I went online in 2019, I myself had that fear because I was like, okay, just like how I'm an image consultant or I am a personal branding coach, there are 10 others who are also doing similar things. So what can I do different? And why would people come to me? But the question here is, I would turn that question to the person who's thinking this way and saying that why would people come? You need to have that answer to understand that what about you will people actually follow you for? Would it be the energy? Would it be your, the way you approach it? Because see, it's not about what you do, it's about how you do what you do, right? It's about how you approach it. Suppose if I'm talking about relationships as a life coach, how I portray it and how somebody else who's a life coach portrays it is completely different. The intention is the same, but then how I do it and how she does it are two completely different methods or mediums, right? Say, for example, I'm doing it in a group coaching and she's doing it in a one-on-one coaching. She's giving the same goal, I'm giving the same goal, but the approach is completely different. So the idea of even building your impact and building every aspect, see, I feel that every coach, trainer should do one thing which is very important to stand out, is to build their impact. Their impact is every aspect, their personal impact, their professional impact, their leadership impact, their voice impact online. I believe that all these, and this is what I take care of even in my community when it comes to how people can build their impact. Because as a creator, because when you're a coach, you're a creator, right? So when you're a creator and when you're a trainer and when you're trying to build experiences, it's what people will come to you for. They know that they're going to get the same knowledge pretty much everywhere, but what are they coming to you for? That is the question you have to ask yourself. So I would say to anybody listening to this, if you're thinking like, okay, why would people choose me? Go to the mirror and ask yourself that question. Why would people choose you? What is it in you that people will choose you? Okay, your last client, why did she choose you? Why did he choose you? And why did they not choose anybody else? There's a reason, right? So I think energy alignment is very important over here. And it's not, again, coming back to reiterating the fact, it's not about what you teach, because that is quite, like it's people are not really worried about. They're worried about how you teach it and what can you do to transform their lives. That is what it is.
Superb.
I understand that very late in life. So
Awesome. I can just go on listening to what you are saying because, like, I can totally resonate because today also sometimes I still go through it, and people also in my community, those who ask me this question, they also get confused that Gargi, why should I do when so many people are doing? So you correctly pointed out it's all about your own style, that you are going to
yes.
create your own style. Superb. Now, this is a personal question like, how do you keep yourself so uplifted? Like, your energy is so high. So, what do you do on a daily basis which keeps you so grounded?
Okay, so one of the things that I truly believe is my topmost value is my health. And I'm very, very particular about waking up in the morning and going to the gym. So my workout is like no compromises, no excuses. I just go ahead and I do my workout for 60 minutes. Could be anything, could be yoga, Pilates, could be cardio, could be, going for a spinning class, whatever. Basically, I need to move in the morning, because if I don't move in the morning, I know my whole day goes for a toss. So I believe that's one of the things that I follow. The other thing that I really follow is, of course, I practice a lot of inner work. So I do a lot of meditation, a lot of breathing also, wherein, I sit in silence and I'm quite to myself a lot. Even though I live in a joint family, even though there are, a lot of responsibilities, everything, but the mix is in the end, it's about how you show up for yourself so that you can show for others. So I keep working on that part, right? And I do my bit in contributing to my family as well. So that is another way to raise my energies. Another way to raise my energy is, of course, I have my pet. I have a pet cat. She's a Persian cat, and as we speak today, she's about eight plus months old, and she's one stress buster for me, because every morning when I wake up, before my workout or after my workout, she's my routine. So I actually play with her, I cuddle her and all that. That also is a way to build my energy. And of course, the other thing which I have been practicing on and off is no phone in the morning. So I believe that there should be no phones in the morning, because that is what it takes away all the energy, social media and all that, which I used to have a very bad habit. Like when I open my eyes, first thing is I'm reading my messages. But now I'm slowly working on that and building it. Like, of course, we are all work in progress, so that's part of my routine. Yeah.
Awesome. So, I was talking like, is there any evening routine also that you follow?
Evening routine, yeah, of course. One of the things that I do is, of course, I try to go and walk in nature. That is one of the things, because I walk in grass and probably go to a park and walk there. The other thing which I do in the evenings probably would be read for 30 minutes. So I just read any book for 30 minutes, just pick up the book and read. Sometimes I journal. But of course, I also feel that a part of your routine should be more to also, it's a lot to do with also clean eating and, taking care of your health, taking care of your stamina and all those things. So I feel somewhere boundaries need to be drawn in terms of how you build your routine. And I think each person is different. Some people love to work out in the evenings to raise their energy. So it's just what works for you here.
Okay, awesome. So, like my next question is, you have your book behind Design Your Presence. Would you like to share like what's it all about?
Yeah, 100%. So my book, this is the book I wrote in 2021 during COVID. Out of curiosity on, what does it actually feel to be an author? So that was something that excited me a lot. And then I said, okay, let me start writing. So I started writing and writing and writing. And the whole book is about how I was able to build my personal brand, not with any technology or nothing of that sort. I built my own system that time, which got me to build my personal brand. So I talk about my strategy, I talk about all those different things, but then I'm not very technical in this. This book is more like it's more like a story about me, as when I was growing up, from my childhood to different things. And it also has I've also featured some of my coaches, my mentors too, who were my mentors in 2021. So that also gives an entire feel. So it's basically like a book of perspectives around personal branding, and it's also perspectives around how people should be and how coaches and trainers should actually resonate with the whole topic. So it's like a very nice quick read which people can get on Amazon.
Okay, awesome. So everyone, the link will be down in the description. My next question to you is like, you know what? Back when you started, what were some of the strategies that you yourself applied in order to build your own presence in the market, and also what were some of the, challenges that you had to go through in the starting?
I think, see, with every step in your business, you will go through some obstacle, some challenge, otherwise, you're not building anything. It's just that. That's what I've understood from a very long time. And see, strategies, and I've tried, like, I don't know, you name it. I've tried. Are you talking about how did I get clients, or how was I? What are you talking about, really?
Like
Strategies in terms of.
basically on a daily basis, what all did you do to build your
Okay. Okay, so one of the things, of course, is marketing myself, which I've been doing till date. That is, without fail, at least 3 to 4 times a week, I'm posting something online. There was a time I was doing a little more, but now I've just like kind of slowed down because I don't really need to put too much of content. Also, I just put here and there something that's very quality centric. I put that up. One is that. One is marketing strategy, which I've been following online. I also have a email marketing strategy which I go and nurture people through emails. That is one thing also I do. So I mean, in terms of getting leads, like getting people, and I see when I talk about people, when I talk about leads, I don't say leads, I say people, because I feel people are people, they're not leads, right? So I just feel that that connection is much more. So when I started out online, I mean, of course, offline was different, but when I started off online, it started with free webinars. Then I went through the WhatsApp class, then I did the workshop, then I did boot camp, then I did 2 hour workshop, then I did all kinds of things. And then there was a point I went back to free webinars, and now I'm doing like a paid program or a paid boot camp, right? So it's just been like up and down. And of course, when it came to one-on-ones and all that, it's been more of organic. So an organic reach. So through word of mouth and also through social media. So it's been a variety. See, I wouldn't say that one size fits all. I would say that when you're building a business, you have to be also versatile. You have to be ready to try out new things, explore different strategies. Just because a strategy is working for somebody doesn't mean it should work for you. So that is something also I learned very late, by the way. I used to think that that one strategy works for everyone, so I will go with it. But it did not work for me beyond a point. I had to switch to another one. So like that, I mean, with business and with your niche and with the way you approach it, I think it really depends on how you see it, which gets you to how do you sell and how do you market and how do you put it out there. So these were a couple of strategies. Of course, book was one of them, which got me the influence and got me people to come to me, especially to build my community. And yeah, of course, I have a community which is growing, but then at the same time, in my business also, I went through a transition myself. So over a period of time, I realized that also is something that I need to work on one step and another, one step to another. Yeah, so that's what it was.
Superb. And like, would you like to share what it takes in order to, like share your painful journey? Because a lot of people, they still feel that they can't share their, vulnerable side of themselves because maybe some, like, they can't talk about it, they don't want to share about it. So, any tips on that, on how to get the courage? Because I feel sharing your story is what makes people connect and resonate with you.
Connect,
So,
yes.
like
So
any
I think, yeah, I think one of the things in terms of I would say one instance in my story, I would say in terms of what made me feel vulnerable was the fact that uh, I would always feel that I'm judged, right? So anytime I would go on stage or go on a webinar and I would say, oh, you know what, I'll have like 10 things in my mind that would stop me, that would say that, what are they going to do? And what if I don't sell anything? What if nobody buys? Those kind of fears are always there, and they are there. Sometimes they come in today, but when you do a lot of inner work, a lot of personal development, and you work a lot on your impact, those things also become a part of your healing process. Because in the end, you start realizing that those are not as important as going and living your mission, right? And I'll give you this little story about this thing at the back, believe. I've written like believe. So I was going through a phase in my business wherein I was not getting enough clients, I was not getting enough people, and this was, I think, initial days of going online, right? And of course, everybody's like all motivated, but at the same time very overwhelmed. And this was just around COVID, towards the second wave, we were going through it and all that. And and I was talking to my mom, and my mom was like, "You need to believe in yourself." It was, I think, this one-on-one client who was just close to converting, but then she didn't convert. And I was very upset. I said, "Mama, why is this happening to me? Like, I've been in this for so long, and I still have to struggle to get clients." So she just said, "Just have faith, just believe." And she said, "Come, let's go out. We'll go to West Side. We'll do a retail therapy. We'll buy you some clothes, and you'll be fine." I was like, "Okay, fine, whatever. I'll just get out, just do my bit." Went to West Side, and at West Side, in that place where they have all those artifacts and all that, I saw this. And it just said believe, and it was like shining in front of me. I said, "Mama, I think I need that right now in my office." So I said, "Okay." So she's like, "This is like a correct time that you need to go buy it." So I went and bought it, kept it in my office, and since then, this has been my background for the longest time, for all my webinars, all my calls, everything. So everyone who looks at me, they'll be like, the first thing they'll read is that, and then they'll see my book, right? So that was like a message to me to start believing in the power of your own presence and the power of your own knowledge, which got me to build the courage to show up at every webinar. So I've had webinars wherein I've had zero sales. I've had webinars wherein, people have not come. I've had webinars wherein, workshops, webinars or whatever, seminars, wherein people have just not turned. They said, yeah, we're coming, and they just don't turn up. And it does hurt. It does make you feel bad that, okay, you put in so much effort, but you don't feel accomplished. But whenever I think of believing in myself and the fact that I've come this far, and this is even for people who are just starting, even if you have decided to be a coach, you have come far. I believe in that. Okay, so I believe even if you're 1 month into it, you have come 1 month into it. If you're 1 week into it, you have come 1 week into it. The fact that you decided to do that is a big thing, which actually God is giving you a message and telling you to move forward in that journey. Till today, I look back, I have no regrets of what kind of obstacles I faced and who I've met and what I've done and everything. I have no regrets. I only consider those as learnings, because that is what has grown me to who I am today. And I'm a work in progress. I always believe in that.
It's so heart touching. Like, I could resonate with you, because somewhere, the question that I will ask you right now is connected to what I have been going through this year. Like, a lot of people, they feel that more than half of 2023 is actually over. So if suppose someone had a very hard time in all these months, and they still feel that, we still have 3 months to go, and in these 3 months can be a game changer for them. So any tips for that? Someone has gone through a hard time, they might have taken a long break in their coaching, and how can they restart everything?
See, I think one of the key things to do is to find a mentor and to not compromise on that. Because I feel that even if it costs you, okay, you're spending money. Either you spend money or you spend time. All right, so you're going to be spending on something, right? So if you want to spend time, then go and go for free webinars, go for free training on YouTube, spend a lot of time learning it. But if you come to a mentor will charge you. But the point is that it's an investment that will make you go through the sure short way of setting things back on track. So if you get a mentor or a coach who's ready to help you, whether it's group, whether it's community, whether it's one-on-one, whatever the case, but they are there to support you step by step by step, you don't have to worry about what happens 3 months from now. What you need to actually take care of is what you do tomorrow. Right? Today you made a decision, tomorrow you do something about it. It's the small steps that actually lead to the bigger dreams. It's not the bigger. I think a lot of people have this thing that, oh, dream big, do big. Yeah, you dream big, but you can work on small things to move towards that, right? And many times, see, because we live in that era of information, social media, everything. So constantly we are told to dream big. We are told to do things because we consume so much content, right? We see other people doing and we're like, "Arey yaar, even I should have been there." But the fact is that that is not your journey. Is your journey. But if you want to make it a clean and a precise and not a perfect journey, but at least to progress in the right path, get a mentor, get a coach. That's my one big tip, because that really helped.
Superb. Any mentor, any one mentor who played a very huge role in your life?
There have been many actually, but just to name one of them, I would say, wow, there are many actually. There are many actually. But then I think one of my mentors, I would say, that really helped me own my power. Actually, there are two of them. One is, of course, Blair Singer, because Blair Singer gave me the confidence to talk about what I'm good at, right? Because he told me that this is the voice that you need to build. What you're doing, earlier, what I was doing was something that the market is actually looking at doing, but what you are actually here for is completely different. So he told me, he's the mentor who told me this, and he's like, you know what, just follow your gut, just do whatever it takes. This was one mentor. Another mentor which I truly I mean, of course, I want to name everyone, but then one of the other mentors that actually made me realize that I can sell and I can market myself so well is Mac Atram. And Mac Atram told me one thing, is like, you know what, how good you are at this. And even Blair told me this, and Blair told me that, you know what, this position is made for you to be on stage and talk. And when he said these words, I was like, wow, all this while I was like just playing such a small game, right? So when you have the right mentor on the way, there's no two ways about it that you will find all kinds of mentors. I have a mentor who's in the digital sector, like Siddharth Rajshekhar. I have Pooja Puneet, who used to be my mentor for one-on-one. I also look at Suren from Success Gyan also as a person who guides me. I look at all people who have guided me in different formats. But these two people, Blair Singer and Mac Atram, have been there for me. And they have, I really like how they put their point across, which has got me the confidence. And, that whole voice, that power in your voice, that's what they have taught me that.
And we can feel the power from your voice. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
The way you are explaining everything. My one of the last questions will be like, how can people connect with you? Like if they want to join you in your paid community.
Yeah, so I think there are various ways. One, of course, you can just follow me on social media, write me a DM, and I will get in touch with you. The other way to do it is to I run webinars on and off. So whenever there's a webinar, it'll be there on my social media profile, so you can go and you can attend the webinar. That's a masterclass. It's a masterclass wherein I talk about everything about impact creation and how to get clients through that. And there's all to do with image and influence and impact and those kind of things. Yeah, these are the two simplest ways. But to join my community, I would say to join my community if you really truly want to stand out, be heard, and you want to build your image, you want to build your impact as a coach, a trainer, or an entrepreneur. Because today people are looking at others who stand out, right? I mean, because the competition is only increasing in every industry. So even if you look at life coaching and business coaching industry, people are becoming coaches overnight. The point is that we are not questioning their skills. It's just that because there is so much competition, people are not, however good they are. So that's where I come in terms of the influence, impact, and image, and I'm able to teach people how to raise their image in their marketing, in their sales, in their courses, in the way they put their point across. Basically, the personality development is very, very important in this case, and that's what my community focuses on.
Super awesome, and I am there in your community.
Yes.
Seriously, the energy, the way you put every Monday like intention setting, on Friday the accountability, it really helps a lot. And also to get inspired from other people. Sometimes I am just sitting and reading all the messages in your group, and sometimes I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like not being able to answer any of it. So seriously, all you need to do is just connect with her on Instagram. The links are there in description, and also do join her masterclass. And from there, you will get so much clarity for the like future. And just go and get into her community. Now, my last question to you is: any last message for all of us?
I think if you okay, so I just use this one quote which I use quite often in all my talks and everything. They say a picture speaks 1,000 words, but in my case, what I believe in is your personality and image speaks 10x of that. So it's not just an image that you're going and seeing online and thinking that they're going to do a good job for you. It's also the personality, it's also the image of a coach, it's also how that coach connects or the trainer connects, which is what matters. Because your product could be very good, your service could be excellent, it could be something that people want in the market, but if they're not able to connect with you through your personality and image and impact, you have lost that client permanently. So that is my one big teaching from what my topic is and why I teach what I teach.
Super awesome. Thank you so much. You answered all the questions so beautifully and in a very simple way. You explained it. So, thank you so much to you for taking out your time. And like I have been asking you continuously these questions, I hope you were not bored.
No, not at all. Come on, those questions are really amazing, and they are questions that everybody wants to learn from. So, and let's also understand one thing, that we all are growing together. There is no, maybe one person is like 2 steps ahead of you, one other is two steps behind you, whatever the case. But in the end, if you can take all this and live in the present and do whatever it takes to stand out and be heard and to stand out at the top of percent, anything will work for you. Any topic you choose will work for you.
Yes. So thank you so much everyone for being such a great audience, and thank you Diya ma'am for everything that you do. You really inspire.
Thank you so much, Gargi, for having me on your show.
Awesome.
Awesome. Bye.